Alright. Everything looks like it's a go. How's it going, everybody? It's Monday, and what a Monday it has been. But the week is off to a start. It's going to be a jam-packed, busy week. I'm working on saving up units from the Milestones from the arena right now. That's what I'm going to be doing here tonight. Want to welcome you to the stream. I'm going to be hanging out and having a good time, chatting up food. And then also the incessant amount of bugs that wind up popping up in the game. So a little of this, little of that. Have ourselves a good time. I'm Rob vonShoe, and welcome everybody. Hello and good morning back at you. Toy Shadow. No, actually, I am always reasonably right as, no, yeah, it seems to be that way. I don't know where I'm going with that. But predictable. Always predictable. That's why I always give myself just a few extra minutes for the official Twitter post, too, just in case, because, you know, Lord, you never knows what winds up popping up at the last second here, but we are good to go. Did I miss how he blocked that? I must have missed how I blocked that. No matter. But how's it going, all? How is it going? We got the new tutorial out today, teaching new players how to parry, which is really nice, but wound up breaking the game. That's a bit unfortunate. But it is a very cool feature. It is a very, very cool feature. And something that is really long overdue for the game here as well. Because up until this point, the game hasn't had any in-game tutorials outside of, like, Act 1, Chapter 1, the first original quest. And there are quite a few game mechanics to learn. So good on them. Appreciate that. But, you know, would be nice to launch said tutorial without breaking the game otherwise. Jury is still out. I think that's the unofficial official word. As to what they're going to do with, like, Alliance War. Because that was already well in effect when that the power bug wound up kicking up. And that could be problematic for some people. Or some fights that come down to literally the one KO. So, we'll see about that. I'm just burning just a wee bit of energy here, just super quick. And then get rolling on the arena. What's new with all you guys? How's the weekend? How's the week been starting off for you? Hope it's been going well. Want to say howdy to Jake also. Let's see, open the crystal you'll get from these. I'm going to be holding off on the 5-star until I get the other ones. Assuming there's the other ones, I think there's like one a week you can get from these. Basically, the 5-star. I'm going for Daredevil Classic. He's the only champion that I want. I'm not going to get him just because I've gone for him so many different times in so many different places and still not gotten him that I've kind of given up hope. But, you know, hope springs eternal, right? Soon I'm doing something new, 6.3 and 6.4 and variant 600%. I've got 11 days to prep, spending 1 day on each chapter, and I need a good Havoc counter. Is Civil Warrior good? Yes, but practice with Civil Warrior because he's got a really good high damage potential, but you are always going to be on the go, trying to cycle your armor ups into Furies before they expire. So it's good, but it's going to wind up, like I said, keeping you on your toes. Assassin popping in saying, I'm depressed. Assassin, why are you depressed? Well, you come to the right place, though. Always have some good times here. Speaking of good times, J-Rock says, how's it going? Howdy, howdy, J-Rock. Always a pleasure, my friend. Happy Monday. So, news is you've got a couple of Shang-Chi's to spare. So, I mean, if you're not going to be using one of those 5-stars that you pulled, bud, you know, I'd be happy to take at least one of those 26. Congrats again. That's absolute insanity, that pull. I want to say big howdy to LK MCOC. What up, Rob? What up, what up? How are you? How's it going? And Avenger, with a warm welcome. How are you all? How are you? So this is the first arena grind stream I've done in about a week, I think. The last couple I've done have been the Carina challenges. Wound up getting 3 challenges done, the 3 Act 5 ones. The Mordo one I actually had the most fun with. The whatchamacallit one? The Loki one was probably second, and then the Cyclops one was not fun. What I should have done, just getting into it, is just go straight in with full damage masteries turned on, 3 points in each, and then throw on the 30% boost, and then go for it. That would have saved me a large sum of potions. But the fact that you have to do that, and that's the way to do it, is absolute crock. So wasn't super happy with that. There is a crystal. I think there was a legendary. There's a green crystal in here someplace that popped up. I'm going to open that. Save the 5-star shards, but just for kicks. Was it a legendary? I think it was a legendary. A lot of stuff to open later on. And then... oh, no, you get... I gotta look it over again, where you get more of those 5-star 5-star ones. Because I think... I don't know. Legendary. I'm guessing a 4-star. There's a 20% chance for a 5-star, which means there's pretty much no chance. Very little chance. Very little chance. I'm guessing Tigra. I'm going to keep guessing Tigra until I get Tigra. Nope. When you're done with this quest, can you show me 646 map so I can rank if I don't have a counter? Yeah, I can jump in real quick. We got enough to go around. Hey, appreciate that. Wouldn't that be something if you actually could? Or if, like, we all collectively could? Tom popping in saying, hey, Rob and J-Rock, who's got that who's got that CEO luck and all? Yeah, seriously, right? Save yourself a grind in arena. Unless you're going for an awakening on that 6-star. So let's see. So this path is masochism and overreach. This one was the worst path because... was it this? No, separate path. The one where... here we go. Killmonger. This Killmonger fight on life cycle and rage is awful. So you got life cycle rage, masochism overreach, bane and dismay. Fun stuff. I think there's a power sting one on here. The Emma path. Unless I'm misremembering. I think I am. I think that's a different chapter. But yeah. Good luck. Taz popping in. What up, Taz? Saying sup, Rob. What up, what up? How are you this fine evening? So the theme tonight is getting loot. So I at the very bare minimum need to get to 12 million points just for milestones. I don't remember exactly what the cutoff was for the featured 5-star champion, but I have seen predictions of about 35, 36 mil. I'm not going to be going for that. Whatever time I've got left is going to be spent probably just questing, just to burn energy and stay on top of that, so I'm not doing it last minute like I always seem to be doing. But we'll see. Here between 120 and 140. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. It's going to be a crazy arena, yes. But each time I hear a prediction or a guess for the arena, it keeps going up. So I've heard as low as like 80, 90 mil. And I've heard like that 140. We'll have to see what it actually winds up being. I think the more millions that get thrown around, the more people are going to get scared off, which is good for the people going for it, but it'll be very interesting to see what the 6-star cutoff is and then the 5-star cutoff and how bad the 5-star cutoff is influenced by that. Do it that way. And what villains countered Thorns? Doom does periodically, right? For his energy, his special attacks. Storm does. Magnetos do. Omega still. I mean, you got a lot of options. Some options. Mephisto's specials do. The problem is finding champions that do projectile or energy-based attacks on basic attacks, because everybody has, a lot of people have that on whatchamacallit, on their specials, but not for their basic. If it's a metal champ, you can bring Magneto. He'll reduce the ability accuracy. Other champions reduce ability accuracy, would bypass Thorns, so like Crossbones. There's options. You just got to get clever, get creative. Just really depends on your roster, you know. Exhilarate, what up, bud? How are you? Happy Monday. Anthony also joining in. How's it going, Rob? Very well. It's going very well now, actually. It was a little rough this time, almost this time last night, for the Brothers Cyclops Carina challenge. That was a little rough. But it's been going pretty okay. It's been pretty okay. Can't complain. For a Monday. But I will keep on saying it. It's going to be an absolutely insane week. Because I'm doing the arena twice. The first one I'm hoping for the 5-star. I would go the 6-star round 1, but I already had some family plans for one of the days, and by missing one of the days, that just kills the run. So 5-star for the first round, 6-star for the second. And if I'm lucky enough to get the 6-star is going rank 3. I'm saving the generic 1-2 rank up gem I got from the Cyclops Carina challenge for that, and then burn the other tier 5 basic, tier 4 CC, and tier 2 alpha to take the dude up to rank 3, even on Awakened. The Awakening is nice. I would very much like an Awakening, just to give him that extra energy damage, but, you know, probably not going to happen. Supersonic says, "Sup, Robbo?" What up, Supersonic? Good to see you. Pleasure as always to have you. What's new? I should amend the question of the evening over here, because it's a fair question. Like, how many bugs are an acceptable amount of bugs in a game? most games, and especially large size games, always have their fair amount. But like, what is a fair amount to you? I'm thinking about either like amending that to either being like, what's the most fun bug you've seen, or what, something like that. But nah, we'll stick with this for now. Be interesting to see how that arena goes. I'll be going for the 4-star. The 4-star, I don't know what value or point value that's going to be for the arena, because you can get the 3 and 4-star as milestone prizes, which is nice. But no word on what milestone that may be, so it may be that the 20 million milestone is the 4-star or something like that. Kind of like how the 3-star is the last milestone now. We're at 12. Push that to 20 or something for the 4. We'll see. Andre popping in saying, good morning from Indonesia, Rob. Happy grinding. Well, good morning back to you, bud. Thanks for stopping in. Greetings from Los Angeles. How are you? And cheers on the well wishes, too. Appreciate that. I'm gearing up. I'm definitely gearing up. Because the thing they don't tell you about the arena grind, so just as an aside, I don't know who here has done a large arena grind. Not like the insane grind that is going to be this week, but just like, you know, a large, like a featured grind. Like those, if you have, then you know that the grind itself is one thing. Like the mental grind is a whole nother. Just either keeping yourself awake, alert, entertained, invested, so on and so forth, because that's what winds up sneaking up on you. Did that challenge this morning. It's fun. It's fun times. That one kind of killed it for me a little bit for a while for doing the other ones, the other challenges. I still may wind up doing the Sabertooth Labyrinth run because you get that 6-star Nexus. The Nexus then in turn could be additional opportunities for an extra 6-star character that would be useful for that grind. But then again, I would be burning a lot of pots and resources getting through Labyrinth in the first place. So I don't know, we'll see. The other ones though, nah, not till the next couple of arenas are done, and then not till like 7-2. If I did decide to do a 7-2 Legends run or not, but it's busy, man, busy. Appreciate the well wishes, Tom. Appreciate it. The 5-star I think is going to be. I would be remiss to say that it's easy. It will not be easy. It will probably be a very, very high arena cutoff relative to what they've been going for. 30 million, 40 million, 50 in some cases. It's probably going to be a higher score again, even with the increased prize pool. But definitely is the easier of the two, and then at the same time too, they gives me a better understanding of what to expect for the 6. I do expect this round 1 6-star is going to be a lot lower than round 2, though. Did I see the new Venom trailer? I did. It looks fun. I appreciate the update to Woody Harrelson's design. We'll have to see how everything all looks, how the actual design of Carnage looks when we see, the character in proper lighting instead of like cool dramatic lighting. But we'll see. I'm looking forward to it. Also appreciate that it's going to be a theater-based movie. We'll see how that does. It's certainly, at least here in the States, California especially, is a very reasonable time to drop, because at that point, presumably, if things keep going the way they are going, there shouldn't be as much stress or strings tied to going to see it in a theater, which will be really nice. We'll see how that plays out once the date actually gets here, but here's the hoping, man. Tom likes it when animations go wrong in the game. Always make me laugh. Yeah, you guys remember when Red Guardian, when he popped out of a crystal, used to be like halfway stuck through the floor? Good times. Or you see, like that Hyperion meme at this point, whereas the character skeleton is popping through the overall poly. Supersonic says 2 or less bugs are acceptable, but it depends on what exactly the bug does. Fair enough. Doesn't help that the message for the bug is portrayed kind of like a threat. It is. It 100% is. And it was. That's how I took it. It's like, yo, there's a bug in game. There's nothing we can really do about it. So we're going to mess you guys up if you exploit it. Alright, guys. Lord Various popping in. What new challenge have you had the most fun doing? Did Loki and the Cosmic 3 Stars one? And it was fun for how challenging it was. LOL ones don't seem like they'll be that way. No, I doubt that. I've done the 3 Act 5 ones. So I've done the Loki one, I've done the non-Mystic one, and I've done the Brothers Cyclops. Or Cyclopes Bros. The Cyclops one was awful. Just because of the collector fight and because of Cyclops. It's also really hard knowing that you've got other 3 stars that would be much better suited for fighting collector than Cyclops. So that one was not fun. I had a lot of fun with the non-Mystic one, going up against that Mordo. I had a fairly cooperative Mordo, which made the fight a lot more fun. And the Loki one wasn't too bad. Loki one wasn't too bad. So yeah, I mean, those ones, the last 2 there, I should say, those ones were fun. If they can come up with more content tailor-suited to that, where it's much more based on being clever and skill as opposed to being pigeonholed using a really suboptimal champion in an extremely suboptimal way, that's not a challenge. That's not fun. But I do it for the loot, because the loot is really solid. Alone says, what do you think about rank 2 unduped ghosts? Hello from Germany. Well, howdy howdy. Hello to you in Germany. Sending my regards back from Los Angeles. How's it going, everybody? I think rank 2 unduped ghost is solid. I think rank 3 unduped ghost is solid. The only thing is, if you know how to play, or if you're familiar with playing Ghost as like a 5-star, it's going to be, I don't want to say confusing, that's not quite the right word. It's going to be a bit of an adjustment, cycling between the 5 and 6-star version. Much in the same way as, like, if you have to fight an unduped Emma right after fighting a duped Emma. Because it really fundamentally changes how you play the character. That having been said, if you don't have the 5-star version, if you're just going straight for the 6, then yeah, you're not going to notice a difference. And she's amazing. Big congrats on, early congrats on the rank up. Will Moleman help me in Act 6 or Variant 6, or will Spider-Ham, Blade, or Namor Sig 110 be better? This next week will be a lot of planning. So I haven't actually taken Spider-Ham into that chunk of Act 6 yet. Mole Man. Spider-Ham is always going to wind up being useful because he doesn't rely on his specials to be able to do hit like crazy amounts of damage. Like, all you need to do is just like be able to throw medium attacks, and that does most of the work for you. It's a tough ask because all 3 of those champions are going to be useful in different areas in Act 6. So I would ask yourself then, which of those champions fill the biggest gap on your roster, right? Spider-Ham in dealing big damage without needing any specials or power. Namor, I would probably not go with, just because even though he's Sig 110, that still isn't the 100% damage reflection. So you're still going to be taking a solid amount of damage. Not as much, but a noticeable amount of damage still. Probably not Blade, just because... I mean, well... Probably not Blade because of his damage output. But then again, Blade is the only one there that heals. And that heals could be a big savior for you, too. It's a really wibbly-wobbly answer, I recognize. But, again, it comes down entirely to who you have on your roster already. They should have left Red Guardian like that. Yeah! It's like a little groundhog popping through. Yeah, Tom, or save that for next April Fool's Day. That could be a lot of fun. Where instead of like yet another big head mode, as much as I appreciate big head mode, you know, do something a little bit different. For the non-mystic 531 quest, use Guardian, Wolverine, Torchquake, and White Mags. What team did I use? I used a worthy Ghost Trinity. So I had Heimdall, Odin. Heimdall for the save, mostly for Mordo, just in case he didn't cooperate. Odin to make Ghost worthy, and then Ghost Ant-Man and Wasp with no damage masters turned on. Because even though she shrugs off the debuffs right at the start of the fight, each time she throws a special and doesn't KO somebody, then, you know, that's just a chunk of her health gone. And there's not a whole lot of health there to begin with, just because of the 3-star rating. Worked out really good. Worked out really good. Again, I had a really good experience just because it came down to having a really good Mordo. So, I mean, if you get a Mordo who plays passive or does not want to throw specials, a bad Mordo, you're not going to have a great time. Still need to work on this spreadsheet for 7-2. Oh, I know. I know. And I'm sorry. It's a great tool. It's an absolute great tool. I think now, especially that I'm done with the Carina challenges for right now. We'll see if I can jump in a little bit before Thursday. Variant 6 is which variant? The villains variant? No, that was... Villains was variant 7, the one that just came out, I think. Variant 6 was the... wasn't the symbiote one, was it? I think that was 5. I don't remember. What do I think about Unduped iHulk? I think he's great arena fodder. I think he can do some interesting things, but in the limited experience playing him firsthand, as opposed to just seeing what, you know, people who have him ranked up can do with him, I do think iHulk needs to be awakened to really capitalize on his potential. So that's my answer. He's fun to play, but I wouldn't prioritize his rank up over other people. Skull champs are low for me, but I'm getting more, getting bleed and strong dots. All right, come on, Namor. Our weak spot, Mole Man. It is. There you go. And that's had been my biggest gripe about the skill class overall. One of the reasons I was really excited about Elsa in the first place is because she's a really solid, strong champion who doesn't rely on that debuff. Unlike, you know, unlike Nick, unlike Kit Monkey, unlike I don't know, Ronin. It's like, it's cool, but if everybody like benefits from the exact same debuff, you're absolutely hosed when it comes to somebody who's immune, or you get a node that shows immunity. Because then, like, what does Nick do, right? He can still deal damage, but he's not going to be Nick Fury anymore. He's going to be Noodle Man. Talking about myself, Rob. I know you're busy. No sweat. No, it's all good because I very much am going to be jumping in and helping with that too. Because it's good to plan. It's good to strategize and then go in with a plan, having, you know, thought it out and planned it out and optimized paths. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. That's going to be here before we know it. Which is freaky because it is going to be here in 9 days. And we don't know anything about nodes. We don't know anything about prizes. I'm assuming there's still a Legends and Mystic run. Or Mythic run. Perfect. By the way, guys, Storm Pyramid X has the only passive slow ability in the game currently. So that's why it's really helpful going up against this thing opponent right here, because I can push him up to 15 rock stacks, and then throw a special one and still hit him without getting absolutely punished. Come on. Judah says, does Sparkles work for 634? Perhaps just do me a solid again. What's the overarching node on 634? Or which path on 634, I mean. Toy Shadow says, in Pogo, remember the Dratini Spotlight Hour with 3 times catch XP if you're not level 50. Yeah, that's tomorrow. And yes, I will be going for that. I'm already bracing. I mean, I've had absolute garbage luck finding... Well, that was a belated Incinerate, wasn't it? I've had garbage luck finding shinies this event quest, and then high IV mons as well. Like, I'm not anticipating anything from the Spotlight Hour tomorrow, just because I think I've only ever found 2 shinies during Spotlight Hour ever. Oddish and Zubat. But would be nice. Put all those Pineapps to good use. But yeah, cheers on the reminder. No, let's not go that far down the list. Let's do some of the rank 5s. Let me swap over the 6 stars right now anyway. Hey, Shift, how are you? Act 6 Exploration or Monthly Quest or Act 7? I would do the Monthly Quest first. I would do Act 7 Completion second, and then Exploration for Act 6 third. I do the Monthly Quest first just so that you get those rewards locked in, because it's the only bit of temporary content or timed content. And then once you've got that done and explored to your heart's content, whether it's, you know, doing 100% for everything, whether it's just, you know, Cav difficulty, Masters, whatever, then, you know, with that, whatever energy you got left for the rest of the month, Then you can start tackling some of the other stuff, some of the story content, or the variants, whatever it winds up being. You know what it is? I don't think I turned the My Damage Masters back on. It's like, wait a minute, I should have double edge. How did I have I gone 10 fights, 10 series without noticing that I don't have damage masteries on? Good lord. Brian says, greetings, Mr. Shoe. I believe the acceptable number of bugs is 3. Like the owl in the Tootsie Roll commercials said. That is a 100% valid reason. It explains a lot of things too, by the way. Just as long as those 3 are not completely immersion breaking. Unfortunately, I don't think any of the bugs, the major bugs here in this game have like well, I take that back. Most of the bugs don't soft lock the game. There was that bug probably was like almost a year and a half, 2 years back at this point, that dramatically overheated your phone to the extent where if you played for more than an hour, hour and a half at a given time, you run the risk of permanently damaging your phone because the game is causing devices to overheat. To the point where, like, it was a regular topic floating around forums. It's like, yeah, I mean, if you want to keep playing, play at your own risk, because I've hit up Apple and that breaks term of service and you can't get a refund, so have fun. That sort of thing. Yes, and then to answer the question from earlier, yeah, Sparkles is solid against the poison path. Come on, dude. An Infinity Man with armor break immunity. That sounds like a fun fight. Alright, come on, Beast. Thank you. Like, you get Beast takes reduced damage from dots, but it took a little bit longer than I would have rather liked. We've got so much backlog and story content. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, I appreciate that there's always new content coming out monthly between the main story events and then the side event, but then you start throwing in, you know, the story, like the actual act content, and then the variants, and then, you know, if they got any side events as well. It's like, I don't have energy for this. And even if I did, with the extra energy refills that they've been giving out for quests and milestones and whatnot, I don't have like the actual physical time to do everything in a timely fashion. That would make a great question of the evening one of these nights. It's like, do you feel you have enough time to just play the game for fun? And what I mean by that is, like, yeah, you're playing the game. Like, I'm playing the game right now, and I mean, I'm having fun, but that's not a great example. But, like, you log into the game, and then you got to check AQ, then you got to check AW, and then you got to put up some points in Arena if you do Arena. Then you got to burn some energy, and then you got to burn some energy in the other place. And then you got to, you know, level up this if it's a level up events, or, you know, work on the daily objectives. Like, does it ever feel to you guys where it's just like almost not a slog, that's not quite the right word, but like you don't get a chance to just like take a character out for a spin, you're not going for any prizes other than just learning the character and having fun playing them? Because that's the most fun that I have in the game, is just taking characters out and just taking them for a test drive, see what they do. But because there's no incentive game-wise to do that, that always winds up going on the back burner, and then that's unfortunate. Also, Saturday is Swablu Community Day with 3 times catch XP. That's... Well, I'll see what I can do. It would be really nice just because those guys need like 400 candy for a evolution. And I'm not sure. I don't think I've got a shiny. I think I've got 1 shiny. I don't think I've got 2. So it'd be nice just to get like a second shiny, just to have one of each. But just because I've got family plans already, I'm not going to be doing a whole lot with that. And then even if I didn't have the family plans, then that's the Shang arena right there. So I'm okay putting that on the wayside. The next month one for the Gibble, though, yeah, I'm going to be outside and moving about for 6 hours. That one I'm going to be going for. What about Infinity Man? What about Infinity Man? Oh, how do you fight an armor break Infinity Man? Because I don't have Red Mags, Void, Hype, or Corvus. You would... you could try your hand with a number of different Nullify champs. Claire would be great for the special 2. The Fate Seal. Hood Fate Seal is on special 2 now. If you're feeling really solid with Ghost, you can Ghost Infinity Man, but you got to bring Wasp. Who else? Because then at the same time, too, I'm trying to think of other options that can tank special 3s. Shang-Chi could. That's not very helpful. Terox might. Or Cole. I mean, a lot of Cole's kit comes from having armor breaks, but... I'm trying to think, because at the same time, too, there's a synergy at the tip of my tongue or an ability where it's strictly anti-Avenger. Not Corvus, but somebody else. Killmonger might, actually. You've got a Killmonger. And then just spam special 2 for the immunity. Luke Cage for the same reason. And then each time he builds up to a special 3, then you just tank it. That may work. They should have given unlimited energy and sigil. I would not have been opposed. Would not have been opposed. Haven't done a war in quite a while. It's nice to have days off from AQ. I can only imagine. That's the thing. It's a bit of a give and take, and which I understand is fair. But I mean, I'm very happy in my alliance. My alliance goes hard though for both AW and for AQ. I'm a big fan of AQ, not a big fan of AW, and we've got members in the alliance that are the other way around. They really dig Alliance War and not so much for Alliance Quest. But as such, we do both hard, so it's like, well, kind of got to just roll with it a little bit. Because at the same time, too, it's much more difficult to find an alliance that just does high-end AW or high-end AQ. Because usually it goes hand in hand. It's very, very, very uncommon to find one that does both. Let's just let this expire. I had to check quick. I'm like, is this Yellow Jacket awakened or unawakened? Like, how lucky am I going to need to get right now for this? Not a slog, but a 24/7 pull to the game. That's what it is. That's what it is. I think that was the other thing too that kind of dampers the experience of alliance events for me too, because like for other games that I play, you know, Pogo, Mirrorverse, let alone anything on console, but like the FTP games, it's nice being able to just pick it up once a day, play for, you know, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half hour if I'm really going for something, and then put it down, and that's it for the day. Whereas this game, I always feel compelled that if I'm not checking my phone every half an hour, I'm either missing out on stuff or letting somebody down. And that's not great. That's not great being glued to your device like that. I mean, I'm glued to my phone already anyway, just because of phone, but it's always nice to be able to put it down and just live your life too. Toy Shadow says, yeah, I play like 8 hours a day. School, I do online, so very easy and fast. I don't work and hardly any responsibilities for the day, and I love Arena, so yes, when I play the game, I have fun. There you go. If I was in that position, I would feel the exact same way too. Yeah, let's keep rolling 6 stars. Why not? Hey, there we go. Crash number 1, 46 minutes in. Love it. Can you do... Judah says, can you do the Infinity Man fight with the sparkles? Not really. Because you're not going to be able to... I suppose another option, though, too, might be Mordo. I mean, if he gets pushed to a special 3, then you're going to still have the same problems. So you'd probably want to bring a Heimdall for that strat. But Mordo launching a special 2 would punish Infinity Man for each of the armor ups he has. Whereas, like, Hood just Fate Seals them away. Kamala Khan Fate Seals, apparently. And, so does Cosmic Ghost Rider. So even though you can't armor break them, you can still get rid of the armor ups. Just with a bit of a workaround. Not great solutions, but solutions at least. AQ, don't want to let down the Alliance. EQ, got to get that done. Arena, need those battle chips and new champs. Should I use those units for more energy? All first world problems. Yep. Yep. Should I torch power sting him? That could work too. As could Spider Ham. And just punish him for all the specials that he throws. But again, I mean, if... especially in the last phase when he gets all those armor ups already anyway, just by being almost KO'd. He's going to get power gain like crazy. So you're going to need either a Heimdall to be able to tank at least one of those hits, or just pray that you wind up getting a very favorable RNG. I don't have Ghost either, by the way. Alright, well, scratch Ghost then. Crossbones, since Infinity Man is a hero. Yeah, that is an option, and then, I mean, Crossbones reduces ability accuracy anyway based on how many Furies he's got active. Come on. Come on. Come on. Thank you. Text that. It's my Jedi punch right there. Yesterday pulled a 6-star hit monkey. Is he worth rank 2? Yep. Yes, he is. I got mine in rank 2. Same reason. Did I already use him? I think I already used him. But yeah, yes, he is. He's fantastic. Skill Corvus. No, Torchado. Mirrorverse is not officially out yet. I've got the beta that I run. It's really interesting on the beta as a bit. Oh, there he is. On the beta as a bit of an aside, is that they're running the beta as if it was like a global worldwide release. So there's daily updates, there's monthly updates, daily sales. It's very much a free-to-play game where they keep trying to fleece you for every nickel and dime they can get. Which is interesting because I don't know how that's going to play. You know, I don't know if progress is going to get wiped clean when the worldwide launches. If you're going to be able to carry some of that over. I don't know. It'll be interesting. I have not heard an official date for the global release anyway. So I don't know if that's going to be next month or like never, you know, at this point. Like they've done a whole top to bottom rework of the beta and they've launched at least 3 or 4 monthly events now. So I mean they got stuff to do. There's definitely stuff to do when you play. Hey, how's it going, Cheeto? Rob, facing a rank up dilemma because I can either rank 5 Venom or rank 4 Red Mags or get my first rank 2 6-star. Please help. I'd go Red Mags over Venom, personally. There are a lot more metal champions than there are evasion champs or Spider-Verse champs. Certainly a lot more that you're going to wind up like seeing reasonably in other places. Come on. Come on. Come on. Wow, that's so dumb. Got me on the teleport, too. I hate teleporting in this game. I would rather the opponent whiffs or you whiff than you teleport an extra half step or whatever to be able to connect. Just so it can all like fit into its neat little, I don't know, programming box. Krishna, hey Rob, bug last night got me good, like really, really good. How did it get you? I'm scared now. But hey, how are you? How are you otherwise, I should say. I'm really dreading this response. Or Spider Pig or Space Ghost or Crossbones. I mean, if we're still talking about that Infinity Man fight, I think probably Crossbones would be the best bet. Spider-Ham a solid second. Cosmic Ghost Rider, I do believe you're going to have a bad time with. I think you could use him, but I think you're going to have a bad time with him. Just because he's so finicky and specific. Should have used your special 2 on Rocket. He could have. I also could have pushed him to a special 3 and have him shrug off the big bleed. That's why I didn't. I was trying to bait out the special 2 just to be on the safe side because it would have probably pushed him over and I would have gotten KO'd anyway. If I had gotten in the corner, I would have, just to get him off me as a last-ditch effort, but then he teleported and tagged me, and that was that. What if I want to do Labyrinth? Still rank 4 mags? Over Venom? Yeah. Yeah. Definitely don't underestimate the usefulness of having that magnetism. It is extremely, extremely useful. Especially if Magneto is awakened too. Then you wind up being able to take some reduced damage as well, which is nice. So you gotta be aware of this guy now. Because we can't have nice things. Swords to the face. And then I do hope that they change that at some point where they just end the match and we don't need to sit through like Professor X charging up his migraine powers again. Shua says, I can see that Rob has the ultimate 6-star roster. I have been very blessed. Very, very blessed with the 6 stars. I'm not going to diminish a bit of gumption, but mostly insanely lucky RNG. Dakota popping in. Hey, Rob. How are you, Dakota? Welcome to the stream. Happy Monday. What's new with you, my friend? I myself am doing rather well. Coming off of a very busy weekend. Got to sleep a little bit last night, which was nice. Not as much as I would have liked, but hey, man, I'll take what I can get. This is not a good idea. See if I can do it, though. I think I can. Yeah, it's, if it goes down, yep. I was like, if I can get the rock stacks down without him reapplying more, I got this. Just took a sec. No, I was saying I don't have them. Then we're running out of options. Again, I mean, you could do like a Mordo or a Hood with their special 2s to punish the armor ups. But if it gets to be too much of a stretch, it probably would be a better idea to wait and see if you wind up getting any one of those number of champs. Because otherwise, it still is doable with a suboptimal character. You're just gonna wind up sinking a bunch of revives into it as he's special 3 KOs all the time. That's the catch. Nope. Red Mags it shall be. Awesome. Congrats. Catnex Gaming saying, yo, I would say it depends on the bugs, but I would say no more than 5. 5 is the cap on bugs allowable in-game, so long as it doesn't like soft lock your game. I'd say that's fair. If it's like little minor like quality of life stuff, sure. If it's something that breaks the flow of gameplay or is noticeable where it takes you out of the rhythm of a fight, that might be a different story, but doing great. Nothing much, just hanging out. Sounds like a good Monday to me. It's the best kind, really. Like at the end of the day where, you know, you can actually just take a minute to take a breather, kick back for a sec, and just like, you know, get a chance to veg, but also take a moment for yourself too. One of the resolutions, this may be a bit of a me getting on Rob's soapbox. One of the resolutions I made at the start of the year is to at least take like 5 or 10 minutes out of the day and just do something for myself. Like, what do I mean by that? So, always running around either doing stuff for work, doing stuff around the house just because, stuff that needs to get done. You got obligations to friends and family, even if it's fun stuff, Usually it's fun stuff, but it's still an obligation, right? But I mean, like, pick up that book that you've been meaning to read for, years and years, or that graphic novel. If you got like I don't know, something that you like to fidget with, if you play an instrument and haven't played for a while, just play a little ditty on that just for kicks. If you sing, just sing something for yourself for fun. If you like getting outside, enjoy, going on walks or runs or swim or whatever, go do that too, Just take a moment off like the usual beaten path and just do something for yourself. Draw if you like to draw. Whatever it is. I don't know, underwater basket weaving. But honestly, I mean, jokes aside, if that is your jam, go for it. Get so caught up in our day-to-day routine that as a broad generalization, I suppose, winding up getting so caught up in your day-to-day life that it's just like, well, hey, another week's gone, and now another week's gone, and now another week's gone. You gotta live for yourself, too. All right, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. I use a Clarion torch. There you go. If you have, here's another tip. If you got a white Magneto would be fantastic for that fight. You'll be able to stun him on just a basic parry without needing to worry about a reparry. Cheeto says, yo, Rob, anything I need to know for Variant 5? I want to attempt it on Friday. You're going to need to inflict more damage on the opponent than they inflict on you, and... No, I don't know. Let me look at it in a sec, just so I don't either just say something and without exactly remembering what the node is specifically or what not, but... Yeah, let me take a look at it quick. Have you seen the new vid from Big Kid Scotty? It is hysterical. Yes, Cyclops finally is as effective as he always was meant to be. Speaking of which, going up against Bald Nick Fury. I gotta give that guy credit. He has certainly come out of nowhere, certainly invented something fun, and I have enjoyed the 3 vids that he's put out so far. Speaking of parrying, what champions do you recommend parrying against, Rob? What? Which champions do I recommend parrying against? I'm sorry, what do you mean? Like, to practice parrying against? Or, like, which champions are annoying to try and get a parry off of? I do hope that he keeps running with the APOC bit. Like, Corvus is a fun character. Nick is a fun character. I appreciate that APOC is a fun character now, too. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what they do next. They really should add Bald Nick Fury. That's fun. I don't know. We'll have to have another God tier edition. Does Mole Man work for the 636 Beardo? The annoying nodes are only crits do damage, and he throws his specials in order. Beautiful. Yes. Conceivably, but you're going to need to have a solution for the special 3. And I don't have the most up-to-date info on that. I wound up doing it when you could still cheese that path with Ronin. Ghost, I think, currently is the best solution for that. I know that doesn't help, but doesn't is the currently best solution because she can just tank the special 3. Other champions that can tank special 3 are great. Because there are a lot of characters now that have guaranteed crits, that's pretty useful, so Mole Man should be pretty helpful in that regard, at least. Pretty sure a ramped up Aegon with his crit rate up the wazoo would be pretty useful. If you have an Odin, bring Odin with and make whoever your main anti-Beardo champ is worthy. Get some of those pre-fights on there too. That might help. Oh yeah, Omega was not long for this this realm. Yeah, Heimdall. Because Heimdall has got that synergy that prevents you from getting KO'd once. So I mean, you know, he throws the special 3. You're able to tank it and survive because of the Heimdall synergy, and then you can keep rolling. And with really top-notch play, can wind up surviving through the next special 3 cycle. Tom says, I'm thinking about rank 5ing Clairvoyance. Haven't played her much, but I know she's good. Have you any videos playing her? Not specifically where it's like a nice, compact 3-minute video playing Claire, but any of the incursion videos I do for the live stream or whatnot usually has a Claire on the roster. Claire is immensely useful in incursion. She's really good all around, and were it not for prestige boosting Doom, I would say that Claire is easily the best Mystic champ. It's just that useful. Again, would be good if I didn't just have him on my second account. Yeah, that's getting tough, Judah, because we're starting to run out of some of the most effective. Let's see what I did there. Most effective counters. Because again, I mean, you can use just about anybody and just keep throwing items and units at that fight, but at some point it's not worthwhile to do it that way. Who is it? There was it Crossbones? No. Who is it? Jabari. No, I don't think that's me super helpful either. I think Jabari Panther's got a synergy, where if she throws a special attack into an auto block, it doesn't stun. I think it's Jabari. It may wind up being a different one of the new champs, but that's the one that first comes to mind, at least. I suppose you could try in Psylocke or Voodoo Voodoo it. Because, I mean, you don't need to worry about him cycling special attacks if he doesn't have power in the first place. But that gets to be a bit risky and convoluted. But, I mean, I suppose that's an option. Come on, dude. Come on. Well, that was lucky. Wasn't really anticipating the unblockable on top of that. But I'll take it. Beautiful. We got damage masters on. Found her useful in Cav path earlier. Yes, that's really where Claire shines through, is because she's extremely damage mastery friendly. Her immunities are useful in cycling through between the bleed poison and incinerate. Plus, then she also winds up punishing opponents who are immune, both just naturally because of their kit, and then also tied in with any nodes that they're sitting on top of too. So you can wind up utilizing that for extra gain on her kit, which is pretty cool. That's not very smart. Just pulled a 5-star Claire. Can't wait to get her to rank 5. Nice. Hopefully soon. Hopefully it winds up working out where you can take her up soon, because that'd be very cool. I know how much it stings to have a champion you really want to take up, but you can't because resources. It's always nice and to have that to work towards, but it's just so satisfying being able to finally rank them up. All right, come on, dude. Wrong attack. Wrong attack. There you go. Attaboy. Medium, medium, special 2. Get out of here, dude. Ouchie masteries could also work. It could. It could. We may need to workshop that a little bit more for Google and YouTube SEO optimizing. And yes, I realize I just did say optimizing twice. Shh. Be our little secret. But that's the thing, though, too. And I think it was an interesting point that someone had brought up a while back in one of the comments of the crystal opening videos I did. That's the reason why you see so many different titles of videos sounding so much alike. That's why nobody else has really deviated from like the CEO formula that Seaton built up for crystal openings. It's because that phrase is so well ingrained in in everybody's mind, every player's mind now, that of course that's what it's called. Why would you call it anything else? The sky is blue. You don't need to call a blue sky anything else because we all get it. And what's worse and what's more is that nobody's going to be looking for whatever that new keyword is in the first place. Why would they? I mean, if you're looking for a CEO crystal opening, you're going to punch in CEO crystal opening and get videos labeled CEO crystal openings. Because ain't nobody got time to get flashy and creative with keyword searching. So true, Rob. Have 0 rank up materials after my red mags rank up. Yup. Yup. It really does feel like, I mean, even though we've been getting a lot more opportunities for rank up materials between Glory Store and Loyalty and side events, and of course there's always the money stuff too, if that floats your boat. But it still feels like there's just never enough materials to rank everybody up. I mean, that could also be because there's 200 characters in the game and each of them have at least 3 different rarity levels to rank up. And they all have like overlapping resources required. So it's like I could rank up this 5-star to rank 2, or I could not do that and then save that for some of the resources for my 6-star later on. Robotomizing. Robdomizing. There we go. PP, man, you're on fire. I love it. Ouchie, or dang, I have a paper cut on my finger. Mastery. Yes. Or we could shorthand that to DIHAP. DIHAP? DIHAP? One of those. Satanism. Uh-oh. That's the last thing we need is a cultist following for that guy. He gets enough of that already between us and 7 Deadly Sins. Well earned, well deserved, but text that. Text that. Text that. There we go. Beautiful. Come on. Split second she gets off that stun. Of course she throws a special one. Of course. Right off the bat is another good Satanism. Yeah, positively chuffed. Having a laugh. Oh, yeah. Which is fun, too, because, I mean, a good bit of that is him, but that also is just exposing a bit of English culture to the world, too. Or British culture, I should say. Come on. Come on, Domino. There we go. I'm back, says Toy Shadow. Who are the best Grandmaster counters? Grandmaster is a great fight because it's the only fight that really requires skill and strategy as opposed to that you can do with anybody. Most everybody, regardless of whoever it is. I mean, if you've got someone who has immunity to inverted controls like Professor X or Juggernaut or Emma. Not Emma. Yeah, Jugs, Unstoppable Colossus, and Professor X, and Magneto. Those guys work because he winds up throwing some inverted control special attacks. Otherwise, you can do it with literally anybody. That's why people fawn. One of the reasons why people fawn over that fight as much as they do, just because it really is like carte blanche. You can really come at it however you want. And I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day. I also like how he hasn't changed his outro for years and years. Same with the header image too for the main YouTube page. It's still the same one from when he was like 10. Hey, good luck, Cheeto. Good luck on Variant 5. You got this. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely can ghost it. You'll have an easy time. Straight, easy one shot. Piece of cake. No worries. Dex. Wait, Red Mags is inverted immune. I have him rank 5 dupe. Yep. Basically anybody who has a one of those mutants that have a bucket on their head. It's the anti-inverted controls head bucket. It's got one of those really memorable names that just roll off the tongue and really makes it easy to either just search in Google or especially write down on a list, a grocery list. I'll take one of those mutant inverted control immunity buckets, please. Okay. Alright, all. Must retire to bed arena where pillows are rank 6 max sig and hopefully the sheets are on my synergy team. Nice, Brian. Enjoy getting some Z's. Thanks for hanging out. We'll catch you next time, bud. Sounds like a fantastic setup. Seaton is probably a hobbit. Hey man, that would be awesome. I would want to be a hobbit otherwise. Just get breakfast and then second breakfast. Yeah, sign me up for that. Usually, especially when I'm out, if I go back for second breakfast, I get weird looks. It's like, didn't you just shovel that down? I did, but now I would like more, please. Taxi. Brian is... Oh, bye. Okay. I thought that you're talking about BG for a sec, but no. The Brian is Ronan. Gotcha. Bucket Man, it's a good name. Bucket Man also sounds like, you know, you're on a long car road trip, and there aren't rest stops anywhere, so you become Bucket Man. If no Ghost... no, if Ghost is good, that's really good. Never realized how blessed I am with pulling champs months before I need them for content, because I'm trash at inverted controls. Ghost is not immune to inverted controls. She is not immune. So heads up for that. She's not immune to inverted controls, and then I know you're talking about Grandmaster, but for like Emma, she can still get tagged with a special too. Even though it's projectile based and she's phasing, she still gets tagged. I gotta burn some energy here again. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You are just setting a good example. For Rob Jr. Yeah, that's what it is. That's definitely what it is. Go back for a second helping of over medium eggs on hash brown. I hate when we talk about food, guys. I hate it. That being said, I don't. I really love it. But speaking of breakfast, I mean, had an absolute smash bang up breakfast this past weekend. It was like the works. It was like homemade waffles and fried eggs and sausage and bacon, hash brown. It was amazing. Some English muffin for a good measure. It's like I starting the day off with a feast. I really hate how Hood can slide all the way across the screen and hit you once, even if you're swiping back. Yeah, the collision hitboxes in this game are really wonky. It's really wonky. Because it's twofold, right? So there's the hitbox detection, which is an issue, and then there's also teleporting, which is the game's way of solving that issue. And all that winds up adding a whole extra level of unpredictability to what should be an otherwise straightforward fight. I am X amount of units away from the opponent, so theoretically I should be safe from getting tagged by heavy attack, special attack, whatever it is, combo. But then the game reads that as like, yo, no, you are too many units too close to the opponent, so we're going to fix that. And we're just going to warp the opponent to you, so you have an adequate amount of units between you. That's what teleporting is. So stuff that would never hit you otherwise suddenly hits you because the game just decides you're going to get tagged. It's fun times. Well, that's it for Gamora. Oh, come on, man. Well, maybe not. Stole that victory from the jaws of defeat. At 50 potions in Overflow, classes have been real fun, but Arena is slacking. But I'll catch up, probably going to skip the new Arena Thursday and try next Monday a little. Nice. Well, I wish you well, Toy Shadow. I do wish you well. Just pulled a 4-star CGR. Is he any good? I'm level 40, by the way. Wow. Dove Devan. I don't know why I'm struggling with that name. It's very straightforward. Yes, Cosmic Ghost Rider is immensely good. That is a solid pull. He takes a bit of practice to learn how to play, so be aware of that. But that having been said, oh, have fun. Have fun just absolutely melting opponents. There's a band who sings about beards. A wizard needs a beard is a line from one of their songs. I like them already. I don't know, people with beards just are mighty cool. I know she's not immune. I was talking about mags, but Ghost will get me to that phase. Inverted controls is a phase, right? No, inverted controls is an option for one of the 4 different die that the Grandmaster can throw when he throws a special attack. So what it winds up being... Oh, no. No, you are correct. It is a phase. It is a phase. Because you wind up getting inverted controls with the same 4 different die, and you just got to do the same thing, just inverted now. Had steak and onion sandwiches left over from yesterday's dinner for an early breakfast. I love leftover breakfasts, especially if it's pizza. I have not had breakfast leftover pizza in a fair amount of time. But, like, if you're at a party the night before, and there's pizza that's like been left out overnight, and then you raid that for breakfast. Ah, man, I've chowed down on so much day day after pizza, morning after pizza. Kabam suddenly looked up hitboxes in the dictionary this month. Oh, God forbid. No way. I call shenanigans. No chance. That's one of those things that's just so inherent with the game now. It's just always going to be that way. Grandmaster inverted controls are on a timer. Is that what it is? Yeah, it's been a minute since I've done that fight. But I will take your word on it. I will take your word on it. Text that. Get out of here, dude. Just realized Sunday was my 6-year anniversary of playing MCOC. Well, happy cake day. Kind of sneaks up on you, though, doesn't it? I don't know. I should ask. Does it feel like it's been 6 years for you? Or is it like, yeah, I've been playing for a while, but there's no way it's been that long yet? Because that's exactly how I feel. It's like, yeah, I've been playing a couple years, but 6? Nah. Nah, no, that's not right. But it is right. It's just weird. Far and away, the longest I've ever played a single game. Let alone the amount of hours I've sunk into it, too. But it's fun. It's fun. I should really send out an anniversary gift for each account creation. Not those stupid generic titles. Wouldn't that be nice? I'd be all for that. Or at least something. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there who actually really enjoy getting unique, like every single profile pic or every single title. Me personally, though, I couldn't care less. Like, I've got the Elsa one up there, which is as much pizzazz as I've ever had for any of those. But it doesn't really mean anything. And it's so small that it's really hard, as an old man, it's really hard to make it out to have any sort of, like, visual appeal. For me. Tom says, "Congrats, Rob, on the 6." Ah, cheers. It sneaks up on you. It really does. And then at the same time too, it's like to the point now where like some of the friends that I made in the first couple of alliances I played with, we've all gone our separate ways, but still periodically keep in touch on like Line app or whatnot. It's like, oh yeah, I remember meeting some people, and they've had some family, some big family events early on, and now everybody's like watching each other's like kids grow up and stuff. It's like, dude, didn't that just happen? Wasn't that just like a couple months ago, as opposed to way that long ago? And yet, here we are. Beautiful. I'm envious of my second account. It's got a 6-star Sparkles, 5-star Ghost rank 4 and a 5-star rank 3 Gilly 99. Very cool. I don't have any of those champions on my main. But see, but I guess the nice thing is though, at least then you've got an opportunity to play those characters. Even though it's not your main account, it still is an account that you play. Still get to enjoy those champs. Alright, come on, dude. I am over a lengthy fight. No, I'm taking breaks. My last one was 2 years, but it feels like yesterday my dad showed me this game. Very cool. I wholeheartedly encourage periodic breaks, whether it's days, weeks, months, years, whatever, but putting the game down, going, doing literally anything else, and then picking it back up again later on does absolute wonders for morale and appreciation of the game, too. Taking that step back. Hey, crash number 2. Alright. Picking up my phone. Phone does not like being picked up. Okay, phone. Let's... I guess I didn't get the save on that fight, because it didn't auto put me back there. Is there some place you can just burn energy quick? Because that's all I need to do is just burn some quick energy. I realized I had said that about like 40 minutes ago and just never did, so probably should get to that. Any loots? Any loots? Gold. Meh. Gold. Lame. Nope. No loot. Hey, Redwood. What up, Rob? How's it going, man? It's going pretty good. Good day, long day. Looking forward and gearing up for the rest of the week. It's going to be absolutely insane. But I'm doing well. I really appreciate you saying so. Hope you're doing well as well. And the weekend was a good one. And you've got a good week ahead. Gonna watch Grandmaster vids. See you later. Alright, bud. Got a big old kink in my neck. That's always fun. You get a kink in your neck from just sitting here. Sitting in a chair. I'm sure that's healthy, right? Then as soon as I get to after this jump, then should be good on energy for right now. Probably. Probably. Possibly. Well, I'd like to think I got a good week ahead. Only time will tell. Well, I mean, that's mostly optimistic. So I'll mostly give you props for that. Wish you well either which way, however it plays out, though. Ah, the kinky neck. Oh, yeah. Getting wild and crazy over here. But that is part of it. Also, another tip for long arena grinds is getting up, stretching out, massaging your hands, your thumbs especially. Because you get stiff. Repeated action and all that. Come on. Come on. There we go. Bye-bye, Jugs. Bye-bye. So moving along here. Let's do a couple things here too at the same time. So I'm pretty sure Falcon shuts down his unstoppable regen nonsense at the end. Provided the dude actually wants to attack me while the thing's active. There we go. Nice. Like, I mean, that would help. It's not going to do me a whole lot of good if I wind up wasting the entire charge because he does nothing. Usually. I have no idea what the note is. That's funny, PP. That's funny. That's a whole other live stream right there is what that is. Alrighty, guys. That is the end of the quest. That's actually probably a good stopping point, though, too. So let's do a couple of things. I'm going to open up a crystal because it's always fun opening up crystals. Let's get a raid going as well. Tom says, good advice with Doc Ock get banned from MCOC playing with his extra hands, arms, metal tendrils. No, he would have actually the best setup because then he would just play normally with his human hands and then have a second and third accounts with each of the different tentacles. So he'd be able to gift himself like crazy come gifting season. So here's what we're going to do. Where is it? Open crystal. Yeah, that's exactly who I was going to say, PP. I was going to say hi to Laser. We're going to open up one of the 4-star crystals here for good measure. I'm going to guess again it's going to be Tigra. But there's the link to Lazar's stream going for the Sabertooth Labyrinth Challenge. Let's go under the handle Rob Von Raid. I want to thank you guys for watching here tonight. I'll be back again Wednesday for the night before the crazy shenanigans. Going to be doing some arena last minute prep for that. Like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. I do very much appreciate that. Every bit is very much appreciated, helping the channel grow. And that is Space Ghost. Very cool. I'll take it. Awesome. Hey, Cheeto got it. Well, Cheeto said 4-star regular Ghost Rider, so that's as close as anybody's gotten so far. So cheers, Cheeto. Very cool. All right, guys, that's going to do me. I'm going to go say hi to Lizer. See you guys over there. Till next time, all. I'm Rob vonShoe. Take care. Talk soon. Stay safe. Be well, everyone. Bye for now.